What up, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Fencer Princer, SoundClick. It's Witchhunt 202. And Gordon Hayward, man. I already did a video on Gordon Hayward. You know, I was listening to Chris Carter on his show talking about, you know, the injury. And then they played the LeBron, you know, reply, or it's not a reply, but pretty much how he thought or what he thought about the injury. And so I wanted to play some of that because, of course, when LeBron speaks, LeBron's like E.F. Hutton. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know who E.F. Hutton is, look it up.
LeBron talked about Hayward's injury.
You know, my thoughts and prayers go out to Gordon's family. Hope for a speedy recovery, you know, healthy recovery. I've seen a couple injuries like that in my lifetime. I've seen Paul George when it happened to Paul. I was watching the game with Sean Livingston and when he was with the Clippers. And I was watching NCAA basketball with Kevin Ware when he was at Louisville. And those are the injuries that you never see coming. You never want to happen, no matter who it is, no matter what the stature, no matter how much competitive nature that you have. It's just very unfortunate.
So, guys, we know.
Yeah, absolutely right. Very unfortunate for Gordon Hayward. And of course, the question on everybody's mind is, how fast can Gordon recover from this? You know, Gordon's is married, which is good. And it's good to be married during something like this because he has support at home. That's what I was saying. So it's good to have your family, because this is a very tough time. That injury is like the way he fell was just, like I said, I did a whole video on the way he fell and whether, some people believe it was fake or real. I believe it was very real. And even though I have a skeptical channel, my skeptics believe it's real. And it's just hard to fake something like that. So I believe it's very real. I believe it's very painful. He's probably still in pain. And of course, he's thinking about his career. Now, if any of you saw what LeBron was talking about, I didn't see what Paul George, the other guy, had the incident, but I did see the Kevin Ware incident. And when Kevin Ware, he played for Syracuse. I remember that. His college ball, when he came down sideways. Okay? I think he went up for a jump shot the ball or something like that. He was on the perimeter. He was on the outskirts, and I think he went up for a three or something. And when he came down, it was just so weird the way his leg collapsed and just broke. It was uncanny. Like, how did that even happen? You know what I mean? This the NCAA we're talking about. We have the best equipment. We have great shoes. And as somebody who played basketball myself, and anybody else out there, we've done that 1,000 times. Nothing. You have a sprained ankle. That's very common. People get sprained ankles all the time. Another thing I wanted to talk about as far as that injury, because it was a break in the ankle. Now, when I played basketball, so many moons ago, like when I played basketball, I was afraid to play in low tops. I didn't like 3/4. I always played in high tops because I just didn't like the fact that my ankle wasn't supported. Why? Because of injuries like this. We've all seen players go up and come down, boom, sprain their ankle, like I said. Very, very common. And one thing that helps stop that is high tops. If you looked at the shoes that Kevin Ware had on, they were not high tops. They were like 3/4 or something like that. They didn't cover his ankle. And it's just always been a fear of mine that something like this can happen. Listen, when I played football, I was one of those dudes. I had on soccer pads on my shin, like shin pads. I was the only guy in the whole district with those on because it protected your shins. And oftentimes when you're running and you get hit with a helmet in the shins, that's the end of your game. So I was like, screw that. I want shin pads. I was always a dude who went hard in the game. We got even basketball. That's why I sucked at basketball. But nonetheless, it's just that I was always thinking, this injury could happen to me. Always thinking that. So when I see this injury, I'm thinking, one, he can't come back from it for sure. Two, when he comes back, he needs to change his shoes. And that's just the truth. Now, can this happen in high tops? Of course it can, because of the way he fell. But but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Whenever you get hurt, anybody who's ever played sports, I don't care if you were playing Little League badminton, if you ever got hit with the thing in the eye, you're just like, you're going to protect that eye. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Any sport you've ever played, you're always super cautious when you come back. It's like, I don't want this to ever happen again. I got to protect myself from, if you can. Some things you just, but if you can't, when he comes back, how is he going to fare? You know, is he going to go as hard? Did Paul George come back, and was he 100% when he came back? I don't know. You guys tell me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Kevin Ware ever played anywhere else, but does he still have that fear of breaking his leg again? You know, and now they're talking about, because he was like the second best, Hayward's the second best player on the team. Do they have a salvageable, year? How are they going to fare this year? And the answer is definitely yes. But they see the thing about the Celtics is they weren't even looking at Celtics to just win the playoffs. They were looking at Celtics go to the championship. Even some of my subscribers thought this. They were like, yes, Celtics all the way in. Now, they wasn't looking at them to win the championship against who they think is going to be Golden State. And some people were even like, Golden State ain't going all the way. Listen, it wouldn't surprise me if they didn't. It really wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise me if the Spurs and at one time the Celtics ended up in the championship finals and then the Spurs take it. That just wouldn't surprise me. The Spurs take it. If the Celtics went all that way, I think the Celtics would end up winning it. But now none of that is possible unless they replace somebody who is upper echelon like Gordon Hayward. So there's all those things to consider. If he comes back, when's he going to come back? It's not going to be anytime soon. I don't even think it'll be this year. So we can forget. We know it's not going to be this year. It would be dangerous for him to come back and play on that ankle this year. It just makes no sense. He needs to probably sit out for not only this year, probably, part of next year, and come back definitely healthy and, so on and so forth. So, you guys, if the Celtics do good this year, big ups to them, but I just don't expect them to win the playoffs. And I definitely see Cleveland having a whole lot better chance of clearing the board, because I think the Celtics were the only team in their way. Some people are saying Houston because of firepower, but, I don't know. They can run a trap game on you and shut that down in a heartbeat. Cleveland has already made that very clear that they know how to shut down the three-point game in a game or two, so they can discourage you in that. So it's your boy Tone 202. You guys let me know what you think. I'm out. Am I out? I think I am.